Affinity 3 has a powerful contour tool that you can use with shapes, with images, as well as text and a whole lot more. Where's the contour tool? You can find it here in the Vector Studio. So just go over here to the tools. You've got all the tools here, and here's the contour tool. You can, if you want to move it, using the three dots at the bottom, you can move it to the Pixel Studio and use it there as well, or layers, etc. But I'm using the Vector, and with this, the contour selected, and I've got this shape selected. It's a basic square. Could be anything, could be a star, and to actually apply the contour, simply click and then drag. And you can see as you drag in or out, it's an interactive. And you can see as you do that, the setting down here changes. This setting, this is the contour setting here. And you can vary it here, specify a contour radius. If you can't see this, go to View, and then down here to this option, Context Toolbar and Show. Now I've dragged it outwards, you can drag it inwards, and also what you can do is you can modify these settings as well. So rounded joins, you can also click here, miter joins, you see you get then right angles there, and also you've got this one, which is a bevel join. So click there, and you can vary the settings also with this as well. You've also got other options, no caps. You also go rounded cap, click there, and obviously depending on the shape, the other settings, you will get different results. But there are many options to vary things that way. There's also this as well, which are really useful. Auto closed, which is this one. This is the default. But you can also click here, force open. So it does actually create an open one. So it's both sides there of this line. So you can see the distance here, distance there. So if I drag there and drag back in again, you can see you get that result. And you can just obviously put it like that or put it like that, depending on the result you want. There's also another option at the end here, force closed, and you get that. So click there, that's the default, but you can also go for that one, which is also super useful. There's also an option at the end, which is even more useful if you want to create a fill. So at the moment, this is just a stroke added. You've got here, this is just around the stroke for this shape. Inside, of course, there's nothing. So bake appearance. Now, just undo that again. You can see the color here. Obviously, I can change the color here. So let's just make that red. And again, just go back here again. Make sure you've got the contour tool selected. And then you'll see bake appearance. Just click that. And again, you've got that now just as a solid fill that you can then manipulate further, change colors, etc. So let's just undo that. You can also use the contour tool with slightly more complex shapes, such as a cross design. Just go over here again to the contour tool, select that, and then click and drag out. Now, want those down there, the context toolbar, you can always just double click up here and it will place it down here instead. Okay, what I can now do, I can just change here the miter joins, so I change that, or this one, bevel. So you can see you've got a variety of different cross designs super quick. But also, if you click this one, just click that one there, you can also change here this setting, and you can see as you do it, it will actually modify the shape. And also you've got other options here, of course, round cap, square cap. They're more useful with just basic lines, not shapes like this. But again, click here, force open, you get this sort of design. And exactly the same as before, you can then resize this and you can see as you change it, you'll get different cross-like designs. But also, exact same as before, you can click Bake Appearance. Bake Appearance will then convert it into curves you can manipulate even more. So click Bake Appearance. With that, you can now see all the nodes. You can then manipulate them using the node tool. But also, again, go back to the contour tool. So contour tool, and then simply drag, and you, of course, can change the shape there, design. You can see you get nice thin lines, or extend it out like that. But exactly the same as before, you can use this option, force open. So click there, and you can see as you do that, you'll get this sort of like racetrack design, sort of an edge to an edge. Well, what you can also do, again, you can do bake appearance. Click that, got that. Again, contour, and just drag out again, go with this option, and you can see you can just build up quite a complex design like that very quickly using the contour tool in Affinity 3. And again, bake appearance. This tool also works with multiple shapes. It doesn't have to be just a single shape. So again, contour tool, select that, and then click and drag. And you can see as you do that, all of the circles will increase, or of course, whatever shape you've got selected. They're still live, so you can still modify the circle or star or whatever in multiple ways, even when you've got a contour design applied to it. And again, you can go here and you can click various options, obviously some more useful than others when it's a curve. But also, again, you've got this option here, force open, so you can create sort of a ring design super quick and easy as well, something like that. Exactly the same as before, you can click bake appearance, and that will bake in all of these, and the curves can then be manipulated further. So bake appearance, you've got now all the nodes which you can manipulate using the node tool, which you can find here. And then of course, also what you can do is with them all selected, let's just drag over all of them. I can go up here and then click add. They're all added together. They're a single curve now. And exactly the same as before, you can then go to the contour tool and then manipulate that. And you can see as you change that, you'll get different designs that way as well. But again, you've got the option here for this. So again, you can just drag this like that to create an interesting contour design with multiple contours or edges to your design. And again, click bake appearance and continue with that. Should also be noted, this is live, so you can add all kinds of different effects to it. So let's just go here to layers. So in layers, you go down the bottom, you got effects. So let's just click effects, and I'm just going to go for 3D. So 3D, and it could be anything like that. So maybe soften, outline, bevel and emboss, all those same things. So we got this design and close. Exactly the same as before. Again, go to the contour tool, select that, and just drag out like this. And you can see as you do it, the layer effect also changes as well. And again, you can still use this option and create additional sort of designs using that. Of course, eventually it gets so close together that it's really hard to create a line. Let's just click here and you can just see if I just change that, reduce it down, get something like that instead. And again, there with the move tool, you can then manipulate this design, duplicate the design, obviously combine them as well to create even more complex shapes and forms. You can also create different contours with just basic lines. So click and click. I'm using the pen tool, so the pen tool's been used, and now again contour. So just go over here, contour tool, and click and drag. And you can see all it does, create something like that, a rectangle, very basic rectangle, which of course you can bake the appearance of. However, with the contour selected, you can also again click here. So let's just make sure I've got it selected because I appear not to have it selected at this point. Contour tool, click this, and you can see the result slightly varies depending on the actual shape. But also you've got options here, round cap. So click that, and there you can see you get that. And again, click here, here. You just try out different things, and you can see different designs can be generated. Again, it's still live, so you can just vary the setting here, and you can see as you do this, and also click here, and you can vary settings here depending on obviously this setting. You can see as you do that, reduce it down, it will in some cases actually result in a change. However, what you can also do is create something even more complex than that. Just go over here with the pen tool, just click and create obviously a slightly more complex design, not immensely complicated of course, but I'm just going to create something like that. And let's go over the node tool, and on these points you can just double click to get a curve. So I'm going to double click there to get a curve and double click there. I'm not going to do it for all of them. Exact same as before. I can go over here to the contour tool, select that, and with that I can drag out. And this time you get this track design, so you've got all this can be then filled. But it can be filled only once you've applied the bake appearance. So if you want, just click bake appearance, and again you've got this shape, slightly complex shape that probably be tricky to create particularly easy just by going all the way around to get the equal distance, that is. And of course you can then fill that shape and again apply effects and much, much more. Exact same as before, you can also just go here to the contour tool, select that, and exactly same as before, drag this out or in to create different thin lines or thicker lines like that. But again, you've got an option along here in the context toolbar, just click here, and then you've got this. And again, you can just drag that. So you've got these now parallel lines, which you can then again click bake appearance. And then again, just go, let's go and fill it. And you can see now you've got this slightly more complex design, again, that will be pretty tricky to do without the contour tool. You can also use the contour tool with dashes. So you can quickly go over here and you've got here red color, and also click here and just bring up this one, just here. Bring up all the various things like dashes, etc. And you can modify the width, and also you can change, maybe add an arrow if you want. Click up that end as well. Also, if you want, you can change dash style. So you can just change that and create different designs. Exact same as before. You can now, with the contour tool, just go here and click here and drag, and you can see a different design there. Obviously a lovely frame design, super quick. And again, you can vary the settings here, maybe go for open like that. And again, reduce this down or like that. I mean, sometimes the results are pretty unusual, pretty messy, but you can see that there's possibilities for all kinds of designs that way. You can also place images as well in Affinity 3, and they also can be used with the contour tool, though the result is slightly odd. But I've got this one selected, this image, and what I can do, contour tool, just click and drag outwards. And you notice what happens. All the various colours around the edge are dragged and smeared outwards. So it does create an interesting, unusual design. And that's using this option. But again, you can go rounded, mitre, etc. Vary the settings to create different frames for your image. But also what you can do is you can click here, again, using this one, force open. So force open, you get this frame effect. And again, you can vary the size here and create different frame designs for your image. Now, at this point, you're thinking, well, great, I can't see the original image. Not very useful. Well, let's just undo at this point, and you can go back. And a great way, of course, around that is just duplicate it. Hold down the Alter Option key and just duplicate the design. You've got that. Go back to the contour tool, and again, just drag like that. Again, force open. And you can see then you have got that other image as well to create a frame design, but it's an independent shape, which you can then manipulate. Let's just manipulate, move this around, reposition it. Exactly the same as before. Contour tool, you can bake the appearance, just freeze it, and you've got this frame, very quick frame, which you can then, again, using the move tool, reposition like that. And again, add effects and much, much more to it. You can also use the contour tool with text. So I've got some text selected here. Obviously I can vary it in all kinds of different ways, add different colours, etc. Let's just quickly go over here to the text tool and maybe change the T to a different colour. Let's just go for something else. Let's go for red, say. So with this, exactly the same as before, contour tool, just select that and then drag. And as you drag, you see the colour obviously is still there, the red and the black. And again, I can vary the settings here. So I can click this one, mitre join, and bevel joins, creates different text there. And also, again, you can use these as well, force open, etc. So let's just click that one, force open, and again, drag, and let's just reduce it down. So you get a very quick contour like that. And again, select different ones here, maybe this one, to get a slightly rounded text as well. Exactly the same as before. You can go here and bake appearance. So bake appearance, and again, contour tool, just click that, and again, just drag and change. But again, go here, force open, or this one, go for auto. And also, again, you can vary the setting here, or just simply just drag or completely make the text disappear or thin it out super quick, or go the other way, of course, and make more chunky text super quick as well in Affinity. Same as before, you can always go here and bake appearance. So just click bake appearance and you end up with a slightly different shape than you probably thought you'd get, but it's certainly baked. And now, of course, you can then manipulate this text again. Now, at this point, you'll notice it is actually not live text. It is actually just here, different shapes, curves that you can then manipulate, maybe modify at different points, etc. The contour can also be applied to stars or other designs, and all the settings are still active, so they're still live. So let's just again click and drag, and you can see now I've got a star design like that. And I can modify here, I can just set various things here, or use the open option as well. But exactly the same as before, if I want to, I can just go over here to the star design, so select this, and you can see all the settings here. So here I can just turn inner radius, so you can see I modify that, and the contour still gets updated. Again, outer circle, you can see I can change that. Inner circle, I can change that. And also, again, I can go back to the contour tool, any point, still live. So click here, and I can then manipulate this. And again, I can go here, and I've got this option here, or I can use this one, or that one. And again, click here and here. Obviously, some shapes, it makes a difference. In some cases, it doesn't. And once you got this, you can then, of course, again, use bake appearance or continue to modify it. Let's go by going back to the star design again. And instead of number points there, I can maybe make that, say, 18 or 20. Contour tool, again, just to change that. And again, just push it down like that and create some interesting sort of flower-like designs super quick in Affinity 3. Another great feature of Affinity 3 to combine with the contour tool is the path brush. Now, let's just go over here to the path brushes. I've got a star selected. The reason for the star, it's a slightly more complex shape. You've got lots of options. But what you can do is you can go here to the path brushes. Path brushes can be found here, window and vector and path brushes. So with this shape, I can then click here and just add very quickly, obviously, a path brush around the edge of that star. Now, at the moment it's black. I don't want that. So I can just set it very quickly by just going here. Unfortunately, it always seems to set back to that. Well, now you can see you've got this design. I can also increase this. So I just increase it a bit so you can see it even more extreme. Well, what you can also do is go to the contour tool. It's over here. And with that, I can click here and then I can vary this. And you can see as I do that, I can change the shape in all kinds of ways. You can say, create some really radical different path brush effects. But also you've got this option, just go here and you've got force open. So force open, that creates a parallel design as well. So again, I can just change contour and you can see as I change it, a variety of different designs can be created, some very abstract ones. Again, I can use here with the context toolbar, I can just click here and I can vary the settings here and you can see that also changes things. Also, I can go down here and I can change this not from 100, but to say 300 to really fill the screen. And again, I can then vary this and you can see abstract designs can be created in very quick order. And again, I'm using the force open option here. So force open, let's just show here. And with this, I can use all of the other path brushes as well. So let's just go over here to path brushes and set that. Now, puts it back to the default. Now, sometimes it says the color might be not the color you want. You can change it just by going here and making certain it's got no color in the stroke. And also I've got no color for the fill as well. And again, I can vary the size. Let's just quickly go here and I want to go down here to the star and just change this. So let's just put this up to say something a bit more visible. So this is 100, but you can make it 200, 300. But again, go here, contour, and then just vary this. And you can see as you vary it, you get all kinds of different designs. So put it there to auto or force open. I think personally force open seems to create some of the more interesting designs. And again, you can click these options here, as well as change contour here. And as you do it, you'll get different designs. And again, you can increase this, push this to the max as well. Now, what you can also do is again, just change this. And again, you have to go to the star. The star is still live, as is the path brush. You can alter it at any point, and also the contour. So I can change these settings. I can just go here, interactive. I can just drag out and it will change the design. But also I can do it here as well. In the radius, you might want to just change them here. And you can see as you do that, that will vary there. Outer circle, just change that. And also in the circle, maybe not such a response. Yeah, maybe, oh, like that. You can reduce it down to create some truly unique designs. And also points. Just click here and you can see as you change the number of points, you can see the result. Obviously, push it too far, it goes like that, which is not what I want because it's extended the length of the line all the way around. So it's obviously now gone further out. But if you reduce it down, you can see maybe something like 7 or 8, something like that. But again, you can go here and I'm just going to go with another design. Got that. And again, just click here and just vary the size. So you can vary that. Again, pushing it up to maybe this time 300. Just experiment. And you can see as you do that, got this sort of design. So just change it. It can vary in countless ways. Very hard to actually work out, determine before you've actually changed the settings what the result will be. It's a pity there's no randomization feature in Affinity 3. Now, what you can also do, of course, is it's just a layer. That's all it is. This shape, this star shape, is just a layer. So you can, of course, you could duplicate this design. So here with the move tool selected, you can move it around, manipulate it. You can go to the layers panel. You can see you've got that design there. Exactly the same as before. You can right click and you can duplicate. And you get another shape and right click and duplicate. You can select all 3 of them. And you can resize them, combine them in different ways, maybe use different blend modes. So you can just run through different blend modes, maybe go with lighten, like that, or screen. Exactly the same as before. You can go over here to the star tool and you can vary the size. So just vary the size there. And as you do that, the combination will work in all kinds of weird and wonderful ways. But again, you can always go back here to the path brush. So path brush. Let's just use something else. And I quite like this one, rainbow fur. I think that's always a good one. So click that. Again, let's just put it back to a very basic one. And again, just click here and vary the size here. And maybe make that slightly bigger, 300. And of course, you could vary the size differently for each of the layers you've created. So you might decide maybe 300 for one, 200 for another, maybe different star points for one or the other. And again, you can still manipulate this and change the settings here. And again, if you go to layers, you've got them all selected. You can always change this, maybe go with difference and so on. Just try out different combinations of different designs. And again, you can always just go here, the move tool, and just select them, move them around, reposition, etc. So I've still now got this single design. So with this single design, I can also apply different layer effects to them. So I could go maybe for the layer effects down here. There's effects. Just click here. Now the result may be not particularly stunning or not. So you can just vary, say 3D, maybe click here, go with bevel emboss and just try different settings such as emboss, etc. And it's more likely to affect obviously the edge of the design than interior. But what you can also do is apply live filter layer effects. So with this, you can go up here to pixel, new live filter layer, and go for distort, maybe go for glitch or twirl. So I'm just going to go with glitch. This is a live effect, which you can then come back to and manipulate at any point if you want to change it. So glitch. And with this, you've got options here, aberration, and simply just move and reposition. Now, got here the glitch strength. You can see the glitch strength there. Get that kind of effect. But also you can use shred to break it up. So let's just go horizontal, vertical strength and pixel spacing. So you can see and create some variety of different designs just by using this single live glitch effect. So I'm just going to go with this one though. And again, you've got options here for blend mode. So you can go through darken, color, screen, and so on. And again, close that. And of course, you can add more than one live filter effect. And again, you could duplicate this design, but it's still live. And again, you can go down here to contour tool and manipulate the shape. Let's make certain I've actually got it selected. There it is. The key thing is just actually select the star, and you can see the star there. And again, you can vary the size there as you do it, and you will get some truly unique, enough like rainbow effects and very alien world-like effects super quick using a combination of the glitch effect, star, and of course any other filter you've used as well, and the contour and the path brush, which again can be altered at any point. So I've got here a yum yum. Sounds interesting. So select that one, and you can see yum yum is applied. And again, you can vary the settings here, the size. Let's just go for, say, 300. I like to push it to extreme on there. And again, vary the contour. And you see, as you do that, all this design really changes in countless ways to create some unique effects, which can be combined, of course, with other designs, maybe adjustment layers, etc. If you've got any questions or thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. Bye.